The person you trust with your life is the only person who can end it because you've already given them the map to your heart. You aren't being guarded by your inner circle. You are being measured for your coffin. In the architecture of power, intimacy is the ultimate tactical error. As Niccolò Machiavelli once observed in The Prince, men are so simple-minded and so much dominated by their immediate needs that a deceiver will never lack victims for his deceptions. The greatest illusion of power is the belief that proximity equals loyalty. We build high walls against our enemies and sharpen our steel for the wolves at the gate, while we leave our inner chambers unlocked for those who claim to love us. But in the cold reality of the abyss, familiarity is not a bridge, it is a breach. You've been taught that a circle is a symbol of unity, but a circle is also a cage. And the closer the bars are to your skin, the easier it is for them to crush your ribs. Picture a king in his high hall, surrounded by his most trusted courtiers. He does not fear the 1,000 spears of the opposing army gathered at his border. He fears the shadow that moves behind his throne while he sleeps. Proximity is a currency, and you have spent yours recklessly. You believe that because they have walked beside you through the valley, they will climb the mountain with you. You are wrong. This is the brutal lesson of Robert Greene's second law of power. Never put too much trust in friends. Familiarity breeds a lethal complacency. When you allow someone into your inner sanctum, you hand them the blueprints to your fortress. They know which stone is loose. They know which door remains unbolted. They do not need a massive siege engine to bring you down. They only need a whisper, a misplaced word, or a moment of calculated silence. To them, your rise is not an inspiration. It is a blinding light that exposes their own shadows. The closer they are, the more clearly they see the cracks in your armor. You have mistaken shared history for shared destiny. But in the dark corridors of survival, history is merely a weapon waiting to be drawn. Trust is a luxury for the prey. For the predator, it is a liability. By inviting them in, you have not gained an ally. You have merely created a witness to your eventual fall. Success is a blinding light, and for those standing in your shadow, that light burns. You believe that those who shared your bread when the table was bare will celebrate when the feast is laid. This is a delusion of the weak. In the cold psychology of power, your growth is not a shared victory. It is a mirror that reflects their own failure. Every step you take toward the sun casts a longer, darker shadow over the man standing still. Imagine a pack of wolves in the dead of winter. As long as all are hungry, all are brothers. But when one wolf finds a kill and grows strong, the snarls of the pack change. They do not admire his strength. They crave the meat in his teeth. Your inner circle does not want to fail, but they desperately need you to stay where you are. They need you to remain the version of yourself that makes them feel comfortable in their own mediocrity. When you ascend, you break the unspoken contract of the herd. You have dared to prove that the cage was always open, and in doing so, you have made their choice to stay inside unforgivable. This is the birth of the quiet saboteur. It does not start with a strike to the chest. It begins with a slow poison of concern. They will warn you of the dangers of the heights. They will whisper the risks you are taking. They will cloak their envy in the rags of friendship, all while they wait for the moment your foot slips. Envy is a silent rot. A stranger can hate you, but only a friend can resent you. The moment your light becomes too bright for their eyes to bear, they will seek to extinguish it, not because they hate the light, but because they can no longer stand the darkness you have revealed within them. Imagine a general preparing for a final, decisive strike. He does not spread his maps across the tavern table for the camp followers to see. He does not seek the approval of the common soldier for his stratagems. He knows that a secret shared is a weapon surrendered. You, however, have become a beggar for validation. You spill your plans into the ears of your inner circle, hoping for a nod of agreement, a smile of reassurance. In doing so, you have handed them the keys to your execution. In the architecture of power, silence is not the absence of sound. It is the presence of absolute control. When you speak your intentions, you bleed energy. You give the wolves a target to track. You allow them to prepare their traps before you have even taken your first step. Your inner circle claims they want to help you build your empire, but most are merely spectators waiting to see if the structure collapses. The moment you reveal your next move, it ceases to be yours. It becomes a piece on a board that others can manipulate. True power is found in the void. It is found in the movements that no one sees coming. It is a strike from the darkness that ends the war before the enemy even knows it's begun. You must learn the art of the invisible boundary. Treat your inner circle like a fire. Stay close enough to feel the warmth, but never so close that you are consumed by the flames. Feed them the husks of information while you keep the grain for yourself. Let them see the shadow you cast, but never the light that creates it. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Do not become the betrayal you fear. Be strategic like a fox, strong like a lion, but remain as unshakable as a stoic. The world belongs to the architects, those who build in the silence of the night and reveal their monuments only when the last stone is set. If you wish to survive the ascent, you must accept the cold truth. The only hand you can truly trust is the one at the end of your own arm. Guard your secrets like a predator guards its kill. Become the ghost in your own machine. Master the art of the mask. And remember, the person you trust most today is the only person who can truly destroy you tomorrow. Join the architects. Embrace the silence.